Yo, what's poppin', guys? Sizzle here. Welcome to another episode of How's the HUD? And in this episode, we're going to be looking at AHUD, or to be more precise, AHUD CC, which is AHUD but modernized for modern TF2. For those of you who don't know, AHUD is a pretty infamous HUD that was used by a lot of early TF2 YouTubers. Forgot the name of most of them at this point, but it was very popular back in the day. And luckily, Jackadak has modernized it. So yeah, first things first, stock looking TF2 menu, friends list off on the side, and all the nice buttons and stuff on the left side with a nice gradient over there. Got the flippable coin, we got the casual and competitive toggle, so you can flip a different type of coin if that's what you want to do. The loadout screens are pretty stock, pretty default. There's not really anything super crazy going on there. There is clearly some type of custom font, like that's pretty notable. But other than that, it's a pretty stock loadout screen, pretty stock backpack screen. Although we do get the AD movements in the backpack, which is really nice. I feel like every HUD should have the ability to go through stuff with A and D. It makes traversing backpacks very, very quick. Very nice feature to have there. We have HUD options, which is very nice to have in anything. We can do captions. Sure, let's do all capitals with color. We have config stuff, streamer mode, which I don't know what that does necessarily, but that's nice to have. You have different scoreboards. They have different scoreboards for different modes, so that's pretty cool. So like if you're playing competitive, you can go swap into 6v6, you can swap back to 12v12. If you're on the 50v50 server, you could do 16v16. That's pretty sick. Transparent view model is a toggle, net graph toggle, sprays is a toggle. Ubercharge, you can pick where you want it. I want it central. You can pick where you want chat, bottom left, bottom right, or top left. I'll just do top left for now because I like having chat there generally. You can add bots and stuff to your own private servers that you're running, which is pretty cool. Having stuff like this easily accessible, including AdCon, is really, really nice. And they even have tutorials for setting up hit markers and crosshairs. So that's all really cool, really nice stuff there. And the general HUD on the main screen looks mostly like stock TF2, but just visually a little bit nicer. Unfortunately, the play button still uses the same archaic, stock TF2 play system. But that's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's still mostly functional. Alright, now that we found ourselves a game, we can see the loading screen's a nice gray-scaled upward, which had our stats, and now it doesn't have our stats. That's perfectly fine, fits the TF2 art style well. Still worse than TF2's stock default loading things. I don't think you can really beat those. First off, because they're actually pretty good. Second off, because they're custom for each map. Like, being able to see, like, little stamps of Lakeside or whatever as you're loading in, and, like, dueling sets and stuff. It's just nice. Like, I don't know why custom HUDs aren't allowed to do per map custom loads, but I guess that would lead to a lot of bloat. So they're not allowed to. Which is unfortunate. My game just went black. Standard transparent thing when loading in. The select is a decently reasonable size, a little bit small for my liking, but you can still see all the characters very clearly and pick between them very, very easily. The bars are in the middle, they're nicely named, nicely colored, nicely visible. On Scout, same thing, nicely labeled and all that, nicely visible. The health and all that is placed well. Right on Soldier, our health on the bottom left, their aim on the bottom right, all very nicely visible, nicely kind of done. Pretty standard stuff for any minimalist TF2 HUD. The 3D model and the kill streak on the bottom left, just nice and out of the way. Kill streak out nice on the bottom right. Chat in the top left, as we specified in HUD options. Can I change that mid-game? Let's give that a go. Let's try bottom left. Yep, I just swapped it to bottom left mid-game. That's super cool, and the way that they did all this is also really sick. Let's turn on all caption color. Yep, we got our nice captions, Soldier hurt and stuff. I love these captions. And they're staying the same color for Soldier. If I hurt myself on... I guess who do I have that can easily hurt themselves? Just put like a Boston Basher Scout or something. Where do I have it? There we go. If I go Scout and hurt myself, you can see Scout hurts a different color. That's all pretty neat, pretty nice and well. Let's go put back the Rap Assassin. Engineer HUD, pretty standard. Normal HUD. Buildings are in the top left, which is a bit unfortunate with the chat. I kind of wish... Is there a HUD option to move that around? No. So that's a problem. You can't move the HUD around for the buildings place, which means the chat and the buildings thing overlap. I feel like that's a bit of an oversight, considering the rest of this seems pretty well thought out and customizable, and that is genuinely unfortunate. If it was down a bit more, it would have worked with both, like if it was just somewhere in the middle on the left. But yeah, Uber meter, health, ammo, name, everything. Nice, simple, central on medic. That's always nice to see, and the ammo that they have is actually shown by an ammo icon instead of having to know that that's the ammo number. On spy, cloak meter's nice and central, disguise thing is pretty standard, and in the bottom left you can see what you're disguised as, what you're carrying, etc, etc. Yeah, overall, just a nice, solid, minimalist HUD. A lot of very good options in the menus and all that. Now, I did just have it crash on me right as I said that. Not like my whole computer, but just TF2 itself just randomly closed itself, which has me kind of concerned. I haven't had that happen before, no matter what mods or whatever I was running. Hopefully it's not a problem with this HUD, and maybe I just accidentally hit, like, Control-Q or something, but I just don't believe I did that. Either way, decent minimalist HUD, nice HUD options, you know, functional. Everything's where it should be. I guess I didn't check the spectate menu, but I'm assuming that works fine like it does in normal AHUD. If I go, you know, rejoin the server right now, we can go show that off. But yeah, it's like the most standard minimal HUD. A lot of minimal HUDs have very similar placement of stuff, very similar colors and all that. And this has all the same type of stuff. Let me like kill bind and see if I can spectate. It's not letting me spectate. I'm like clicking. Maybe it's because okay, there we go. Yeah, spectate's fully functional. All the UI and all that's fine. The health bars on the top I noticed are non-existent, which actually is a bit of a problem. Your white health by default, and then as you lose health, that goes to orange and then red. I think that's a weird set of colors to pick, personally. Got the glowing red health when we're low, we got the amount we're healing there. Yeah, I mean, it's standard. It's the most standard, like, minimal HUD there is. Got some nice customization options, though, which is always nice. HUD customization is a big plus in my eyes, always. Even though some of it is clearly not well optimized, like the chat placement when you're playing Engineer, it's just bad, to be frank. Having a fixed player and fixed sound thing is also really, really nice. A streamer mode, I don't know what that is necessarily, but that's nice as well. Toggleable captions, where you can do a lot of different options for that. It's super sick. They got some very good options in this while being an overall just solid minimalist HUD. You can see why a lot of people might use a HUD. You can customize it in-game the way you like it, and its default settings are very good as well. So yeah, all in all, this is clearly just a 5 out of 5 solid minimalist HUD for anyone likes minimalist HUD, and especially for those you might want to customize them. Like the custom caption things is pretty sick. Yeah. It's just good. There's really not much else to talk about in regards to this HUD. Hopefully that crash thing doesn't happen often. Let me know in the comments if you use this HUD, if it has a crashing problem. I'm assuming it doesn't, because that just seems weird. I can't imagine it would have like a problem crashing or whatever. But yeah, that being said, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.